So let's just try to solve this problem, majority element. Basically, we need to look at the array and find the number which occurs more than half number of times. So more than n by 2 number of times. Now you can assume that majority elements always occurs in the array. Now you can use hash tables, or you can use divide and conquer, or you can use sorting, all of which are too much for this problem. So we will be using counting. It's pretty simple, and we will use the Boyer-Morse algorithm, the intuition behind which I will explain you right now. So let's go to the notes. So in this example, let's say the 2 occurs, as you can see, 2 is clearly occurring more than half the number of times. If we rearrange it, it's clearly occurring more than half the number of times. If you use hash map, as you can see, you could get the solution. 2 is occurring 4 number of times, 1 is occurring 3 number of times, and whatever is the maximum number of times is the answer. But that is it takes O in space, which is you can do better than that. Okay, using Boyer-Morse voting algorithm, majority voting algorithm, you can do definitely better than that. So let me just write the code first, and then we will go through the example. This is the Python code. Because once you know the algorithm, it will be easier to go through the example. So let's initialize the majority and count up to 0 for n in nums. If count is equal to 0, then the majority is the current number, and if the current number is same as majority, and then decrease the count by 1. Otherwise, increase, if the n is not equal to the majority element, increase the count by 1. Return Mr. Majority element. So that's all. So let's go to the example. 2 2 1 1 1 2 2. So we have count here, we have majority element here. So that was the code. This is the example, and so count and majority both are 0 at the first, and if count is 0, majority element is same as n. So when n equals 2, count is already 0, the majority element becomes n, which is 2, and is n same as majority element? Yes. So if n is same as majority element, count is -1. Count was already 0, so it will become -1. Now else doesn't apply, so let's go to the next one. If count is 0, count is not 0, but is n equals majority? Yes, n is same as majority element. Count is further -1, so let's do -2. Else count is +1, so that doesn't apply. Majority is not changed. Now we will go to 1. Is count 0? No. Is n same as majority element? No. So count will be +1, which means it will become -1, and majority element remains the same. Coming to 1, is count 0? No. Is n same as majority element? Not yet. So count is +1, which is 0, and majority element remains the same. And now is count 0? Yes, count is 0, so majority element becomes 1. okay, majority element becomes 1, and if n is same as majority element, then count should be minus 1, so minus 1 again. Now let's go to 2, and is count 0? No. So is n is same as majority element? No. So increment count by 1, which makes it 0. This remains unchanged. Let's go to 2 again. Is count 0? Yes, the majority elements becomes 2. And if n is same as majority element, decrease count by 1. Now what was the majority element that we got in the end? It is 2, and that's the answer. Now why, so what's the intuition behind this problem exactly? Why does it work? Why should it work? Basically, if anything, if you take a box of numbers, let's say, if anything, let's say this is like this, if anything is occurring more than half the number of times, it doesn't matter what else you have here, this is occurring more than half the number of times. So even if you keep it decreasing and increasing when the other number comes, finally this will win. Whatever comes, the half number of times will win. For example, in this example, 2 is occurring more than half the number of times. So 2 is occurring exactly 4 times, and 1 is occurring exactly 1 time. So no matter where you keep the 2, between the ones or anywhere else, it will always be the one which is winning. So that's the intuition behind it. I hope you guys understood, and let's meet in the next video if I make it.